Can I ask how many genders you think there are?
Over 10?
Over 10?
No!
Is there a specific number of genders or no?
Not really.
I don't know. I think it's countless.
Infinite genders?
Yeah.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
You think there's 2 genders or infinite?
For sure.
More?
Yeah, for
Any
sure.
specific number?
No, like whatever you feel. I think it's really fluid right now, you know.
So far, we've gotten a lot of politically correct answers. Let's see if we can get any correct answers. How many genders do we think there are?
2.
2 genders.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You are correct, sir.
So it's not a social construct?
I was just saying to my friend here, men dress up as women to hit on men. Women dress up as men to hit on women. What's that all about? Failed athletes, okay, want to take over because they can't make it in the men's world,
Right.
and they want to steal it from the female gender, and that's kind of sickening.
So it's not fair that they're dominating their female opponents?
Not at all, no. I totally disagree with
Do you
it.
think they should have their own section for the transgender?
For the very unwell, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
All right,
Okay.
darling.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Bye. He said, for the very unwell.
Straight to the point, clear and concise. I mean, this shouldn't even be a topic, but it is. But he spoke nothing but facts. Everyone else was like too scared to say the truth because they was on video. Probably afraid they're going to get cancelled. That's the crazy times we're living in. People are too afraid to be like, yeah, there's 2 genders, male, female, simple.
Gets rich doesn't mean someone gets poor.
Yes, it does.
Explain that
In
to
this
me.
society, it does.
Explain that to me. When you
someone
bought
gets richer.
your hat, who got poor?
The people who made the hat.
What, they voluntarily contributed their labor
did
and they
not.
got paid for it.
No, they did not.
They didn't?
There's workers in other countries who are enslaved to make things that I'm wearing right now.
Then why would you buy it?
Wearing. Because there's no other options in our capitalist country. There are no other options in our capitalist
That's
country.
totally and factually incorrect. Make your own clothes.
There aren't very many options for that.
Well, so what you're trying to say is you outsource your goods and services in a capital voluntary because you don't
think
want to
it's okay
spend the
for
time to
people
go
to be
make your own clothes.
Basing an entire economic system on capital, on wealth, is not the best for each person in the world.
So you would want to live in a communal society, essentially, right? So why don't you go live like the Amish right now and go do it because they live in a communal society?
That's not the point.
Typical communists living in Western society. When given the solutions, what happens? They crumble. There's always excuses. Have you noticed that? The solutions are there, right? You complain about stuff, you're given the solutions, but you refuse to take it on board. And these are the laziest people, most unproductive people in all of society. And everything is always someone else's fault. No matter what goes wrong in their life, no matter what life choices they make, they have to blame someone else for it. And that's why they think communism is going to save them. They think it's just going to be magical and they're going to get everything for free and they're not going to have to do anything. I don't think they understand what happens to people who choose not to work in a communist state.
Welcome to the Gulag.
And do you know what I've noticed about all these communists that live in the Western society? The one thing they all have in common.
You're broke. You're fucking poor.
And another thing, I always wonder, if we was under like a communist regime, what would happen to all these little woke people who try and promote communism? What would happen if they got assigned jobs like clean the sewers? Do you think they'd object? They probably would. And then before they know it, they'd be in the fucking gulag.
Could you please describe America to me in one single word?
Well, for me, I guess home.
Fair enough. This is how President Biden described America in one word.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping.
Could you please tell me what that word means?
I'm not in the habit of trying to read transcriptions.
I bring this up to you, sir, because you yourself questioned Donald Trump's mental state of mind in September of 2019 when you stated to CNN, I quote, "If our presidency is not in good shape, then our country is not in good shape." And Mr. Secretary, I could not agree with you more.
Some people say Biden's going to make it. Does anybody think he's going to make it to the starting gate? I mean, the guy can't find his way off of a stage. Look, here's a stage. I've never seen this stupid stage before. But if I walk left, there's a stair. And if I walk right, there's a stair. And this guy gets up. Where am I? Where the hell am I? Where am I? Nah, he's terrible.
Biden looks like me in high school after I hit the blunt 47 times.
you watched these pro-abortion rallies? The people are just disgusting. Why is it that the women with the least likelihood of getting pregnant are the ones most worried about having abortions? Nobody wants to impregnate you if you look like a thumb. They're like 5'2", 350 pounds, and they're like, give me my abortions or I'll get up and march and protest. And I'm thinking, march? You look like you got ankles weaker than the legal reasoning behind Roe versus Wade. A few of them need to get up and march. They need to get up and march for like an hour a day, swing those arms, get the blood pumping, maybe mix in a salad.
What should I call myself, sir?
I think you should call yourself whatever you feel comfortable with, but as a person...
He calls himself a dwarf.
Well, that's great.
A dwarf.
Good for you. I'm happy.
So now, sir, let me pause that. So it shouldn't be called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It should just be
I do not
called
want to
Snow
get
White.
cancelled
So
because I think your point of view is more important than mine right now. But what I'm annoyed about is peers trying to take a cheap shot at someone that believes in society moving forward.
Yeah, I'm actually exposing the hypocrisy of the woke mentality of only gay people can play gay parts, only trans actors can play trans parts, and so on and so on and so on.
I think we will get to a place where everyone can play
Snow
every
White
role.
and the Seven Dwarfs has to be cancelled because you're not allowed to have dwarf actors.
I feel sad because I had to sit through a professional development where we were talking about culture and climate, and we were looking at different subgroups of students and how they had answered different survey questions. And when we were looking at gender, the only students listed were male and female. Not the non-binary students, not the transgender students, not the students who marked prefer not to respond. I feel sad. I feel sad for them, but I also feel sad for me. It's sad because I now know that no matter how I feel on the inside, the only thing I can mark on a form to have my voice heard is female. And that just sucks. That really sucks.
She teaches young kids and she's out here getting sad because she has to put down female on a form when she is a female. Like, we live in the real world, and now society is trying to tell us to support this type of behaviour. You're upset because you can't face the biological facts of what you are, and it makes you sad. But now we're supposed to go along with this and convince you that, oh yeah, no, that's okay, you're not a female. What? No. Let's get to the bottom of the problem of why you think like this. Because it's clearly not normal. So yeah, I'm not going to go along with this. I'm going to stick to biology. Thanks.
Why are you tearing them down? Innocent people were kidnapped.
People killed the hospital.
I want to know your opinion more about like your side of the party also hiding truth. If this kid is in class, like middle school, and he's like, well, I feel like a woman, that teacher has full right to go to that parent and say, this is what he is thinking, and now it puts the kid in a more dangerous position because what if the parent doesn't agree with that?
Yeah, well, there's a few things on that. There have been bills like that proposed in other states. I fully support those bills. I think every school should do that.
Do you feel that is an invasion of that child's privacy, though?
No, I don't think so at all. I don't think it is an invasion of privacy at all, because this is an important detail about that child that the school and the teacher know, but are they going to keep it from the parents? So this is not privacy of the child. This is, should there be secrets between a teacher and a child that the parent is not aware of? And what I would say is there should be no adult in the world who has a secret with my child that I'm not aware of.
I don't know what their obsession is with kids. It's pretty weird, but no child should be keeping secrets from their parents. That's obvious, and it's kind of worrying that they're actually trying to normalize this behavior. It's obvious what their agenda is, and I don't trust any of these people.